Hello everyone, and happy Friday! Finally weekend again. So yeah, hope you had a great week and can enjoy your weekend now. So, today we will be playing Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't played it in years, but lately a lot of the streamers I'm watching also are playing Final Fantasy and got me really into the mood again, and I was playing in offline already again a few times now. Leveling up some old characters and stuff, so I thought why not continue play the story together. So here we are. Like I said, I haven't played in years, so I'm a bit rusty on stuff, but we will see. So let's jump right into it. Let's see, yeah. Nice. Okay, so I'm hiding the chat, the in-game chat, just to be sure. But yeah, I've played most of A Realm I mean, I played all of A Realm Reborn, but my active playtime was mostly in A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Sword. And I did the main story for Stormblood until the end, and then I think I finished in I stopped playing one or two patches into Stormblood, so we probably need to catch up on the last patches of Stormblood, and then we go into Shadow Walker, was it, I think? Yeah. So yeah, that's where I have no idea anymore what the story was, but we will see. So let's catch on. So the sister seems troubled.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
Oh yeah, meetings. Meetings are so fun, so everyone will enjoy them.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
I can...
The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I can slightly remember that the lady in the red dress was a monk of sorts, but I'm not sure entirely anymore.
There you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
So yeah, I played mainly Paladin, so tank. I have leveled up most characters to at least 50.
I'll get to the point. Might
But
be
yeah.
interested in a spot of adventure. After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Twist my arm, why don't you? Oh man. So, what is that adventuring you want to do? Right then, let's go and find Master Levi Lure, I think it was. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Etherite, and we will be along shortly. See you there. Okay. So, where do I need to go? Oh, over there. I mean, that was a short quest. My guess is we need to go into a dungeon next, because that's normally how it ends, but we'll see. I think it will mainly be dungeons for now, because most of the patch content is mostly dungeons and stuff all of the time, but we'll see. Maybe we get to do some story too. Alright, I could have just mounted up, but anyways. Yeah, I haven't done any dungeons yet. Mostly I did the Palace of the Dead, if you know about that one. It's pretty nice and I liked it a lot when they brought it out, so I enjoyed it again. Greetings, Solana. It would be theme we are to accompany Arnott on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It will be something of a history lesson, but I will try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamigo was still in a monarchy and Theodoric sat the throne. A unique, brutal despot by all accounts. Okay. That he was, the King of Runes, suffered no rivals, real or imaginary, and his dispute with the monks of the Fifth ended with Relga's Reach being burned to the ground. In the later years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his throne, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. Okay. The wealth of the poor sod he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King Throve. Ah, I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have mind to unearth this hidden bounty. Yes, you assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Alamigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the place upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. Okay, so we are going treasure hunting. Sure. You've learned the emote box. Ah, box in the sport, right? Oh, eye level 37 gear. Okay, fending is probably for tanks, slaying is for melee, aiming for range melee, healing and casting. Okay. Sure. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flame of revolution in every corner of the empire. I hear the imperial province of Dalamasca has already risen up in revelation. Which means the Guardians must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Ironweld. Have we any clues to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the place isn't like to get us anywhere, so we will probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archives and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garlands are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during the occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodic's days. Given that they would have been at least 12 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his blood deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Alan, pray try your luck in the... would be nice, even if thank you for posting, but I don't appreciate self advertisements, so yeah. And peaks while Solana makes the rounds in the Alamigo quarter. Ah, and there I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at the Gilbard's Gate. Okay, so we are asking people around if they have seen anything they didn't tell anyone else. Probably. But before that, let me see if I can... I just realized that the text is really hard to read for me. Maybe I can change that? Graphics? No, it should be something... I don't know. We'll be fine for now. Let me see. Where do we need to go? Oh, over here. Okay. I really like that song. The Garuda song is really amazing. I'd say I like most of the primal fights. Yeah, I always can remember fondly on them. So I'm really looking forward in what new primal fights they put into the game. I also unlocked the new classes they put in already. I haven't really played much of Blue Mage yet, because you need to find monsters where you can... Oh, I could have teleported. Damn, I didn't see that one. Anyways. I didn't really look into where to find the monsters for the attacks you unlock with Blue Mage yet, so I need to do that in the future. Did I not... Oh, I already touched that one. Okay. In the palace? No, not me, alas. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public execution up on the divine audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspecting of conspiracy against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away as the places I could possibly. Fair enough. I mean, if I'm in danger of, even if I just work there and I'm in danger of being put to death because I work there, that's probably a good idea to stay away from. You want to hear an old maid story, do you? Aye, well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his Royal Majesty when he dined to attend the okay, I don't know what that word is, but to attend the execution he ordered. After a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. That they say he started seeing assassins in every shadow and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work here as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in cold sweat. So you also didn't work there, if I understand that right. So my guess is the last one did? I served in the palace of King Theodoric and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which, of course, we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. Sigh. If you're hell-bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Arnold? He was the king's head scribe. Okay, and he's still alive. That's crazy. Doesn't sound like he would have survived being a scribe. Ah, there we go. Yes, I'm Arnold. What do you want with me? You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories, yet if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Cedric's paranoia and the public execution of his kinsman. These were terrible enough, but in his last days the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspects, resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Okay, so he transformed them into monsters and then put them underneath the palace, if I understand that right. I really like that song. Okay. Since we are all here, why don't we share what we have learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scrounged the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact that the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist or that the Imperial somehow overlooked it. What about you, Zelana? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Maybe. Turned into monsters. What could he mean by this? Darkness beneath the palace, I wonder. I met an old man in Alagiri, who spoke of the palace subterranean prison, but he said naught of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could the scribe fellow have been spinning her yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Zelana? His fear seemed genuine. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale, so I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Aeronauts encoded may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but Eerie, I share my theory. There is a matter I would clarify. Aaron, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this exploration. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Gallian blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that I'm Alamigan mother did my Alamigan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, I would check my As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blooded Gallians. My mother did not care for his taunting reminder of my heritage and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. In the end, she turned me out into the streets, and I was left to hunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or birth. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bounded for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the science. I tell you, this is this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do as a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arnwald, and I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Bersilana, are you content to surrender the treasure to Avnoid's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventuring as your reward? Sure. Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's Trove, if you are minded to hear it. I want the tank pack, please. Thank you. At least I hope it's a tank pack if they didn't change it. Pending coffer, yeah. Looks good. Let's see what we get. Okay. Items were placed into my armory. Oh. Those were only offhand items. But fair enough, I didn't have high level ones, so that's nice. Okay, the Mad King's Trove, which seems to be a dungeon. Actually, maybe it would be better if we first adjourn to a more suitable location. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but it's certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Loch something, I don't know. You must... I probably will skip over a lot of the names because I just can't be... I can't remember everything, so... Can I go through the door? Maybe? Oh, actually can. Nice. That saves me to fly over that huge wall. I must say, I can't really remember much of the area I'm in at the moment because I haven't played that much of Stormblood. I played a I played a lot of Heaven's Sword, so forgive me, it was not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wish to have the loch in sight while I explain things. Prior to the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were just dry ravines. And this, believe it or not, was the site that the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. From what we know of the prior, the city was already deserted by the time the water began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war. Yet the ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Loch Selt? Probably. It's my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but a palace still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kingsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they must they were meant to guard the Mad King's Trove? Precisely. In this, we know the court thaumaturge was involved. We can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Alaminians never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Silana, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arenwald and I will seek out and seek out an enscrolled portal within the palace. Wait, I'm just nodding to swimming down? That seems to be pretty deep. Okay. Let's see how deep it actually goes down. Also, why didn't we just pose where I could jump down just right away? That is how do I dive? Can I even dive? I didn't even know I could swim, to be fair. The ruins of what's that floor? Maybe there's something written in here. After favoring you with a short lecture about darkness beneath the palace, he further theorized blah whilst himself bed of underneath wait. Whilst Alphanoid in search for a way into the ruins from above, you are to scour the loch bed for an underwater entrance. Yes? How do I do that is the question at the moment. Is there some kind of action I can take? I don't know. Okay, let me Google that for a moment. FF14, the Med, King's Trove, how to dive. Ah! Critical plus spacebar. Nice, okay. I did not remember that to actually put something like that in, so fair enough. Wow, there's actually a lot of space down here. Didn't expect it to be that much. Are those enemies or are they just light? Seems like they're light. Let me guess, the destination over here is probably the entrance into the dungeon, right? You discovered a path that appears to lead under the palace foundation. Press on and find where it goes. Okay. I mean, at least it's not an underwater dungeon. Normally they are not well... players don't like underwater dungeons, so I hope they did not do that. You come to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Okay, someone is calling me. Solana, it's Aphanoid. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a teleportation portal concealed by enchantments. The markings indicate it leads to an underground cavern. What news on your end? Can I even talk? And do you believe it leads into the ruins? Then I dare say we will be able to meet within. Go on ahead through the door. By the way, I took the liberty of calling on a friend for help. I guarantee she's both dependable and discreet. We will see you soon. The drown's getting... Okay, yeah, it's a dungeon. Okay. Oh, I can do it with NPCs. I haven't tried that yet. Let's try it with NPCs. Register for duty, sure. It's interesting. But yeah, I remember they actually put in that you can do it with NPCs. That could be really helpful. But I think the next one I will probably do with a party. I mean, depends on how good it's going. If this goes on very well, then I don't see a problem on doing it alone with NPCs. But I need to do it with a party later on anyway, so. Okay. What was that again? Reduces party members' damage. Take all damage instead of another party member. Ah, okay. I mean, one advantage on doing it with another party or with party members could be that it's probably faster, because I guess my NPC friends will not do as much damage as some other party members would do. Ah, that's the one I was looking for. I know how most spells look like, but I can't remember their names, so you will probably hear a few times now from me that I was looking for something like that attack, but I didn't know where it was. Also, I needed to reinstall everything, so probably need to refine my locations of all the spells so I can put them correctly so my muscle memory just ticks off again. Yeah, I think it works fine for now. I seem to have at least aggro of everything, so nice. Aphanoid is at least a good healer, so let's see. I mean, my guess is that the tank row is probably one of the easiest ones for them to not have filled. On the other hand, if I think about it, it's also possible that being a damage dealer could be even better, because the tank should normally not die. But on the other hand, you need to be content on how much enemies are actually pulled, so I don't know. I need to figure out how many enemies I can pull with Evernoid as a healer anyways. On the other side, I'm quite content in pulling small groups for now, because I still get into the role again, so... Also, I need to rearrange my bar a bit, at least. Oh. Got the big dude. So we have at least... Oh, damn it. Didn't know that he would beam attack, so I should have brought him to the side. Oh, turned him to the side. But actually they are doing a lot of damage. Also, I seem to not be able to interrupt him. Oh, that was already the trigger for those. Ah, but they don't attack yet. Okay. Okay, for now I must say I'm pretty happy with the NPCs. They do a lot of damage, they don't overpull, and it works out fine for now. I'm interested to see how far it even goes, because I think arriving at the green screams sounds like there is normally those are the bosses, or at least areas, right? So oh yeah, that's definitely a boss, and he definitely pushes. Also, if I were to assume, he's probably using water attack. Yeah, okay, so the area outside push you back. Okay. That wasn't that bad, so that's fair enough. Is he charging? Yeah, he's charging something. Ah, okay. So he's doing a push attack every time he's outside. And we need to stand close to him, or he will probably push us off. Fair enough. Okay, those are... bubbles that need to be placed outside. Wait, what? Oh, pull! Oh, it says what kind of attack he's doing. Ah, I didn't pay attention. Okay, so he has a push and a pull attack. Fair enough. Can you please come a bit over here? Okay. I must say until now it's pretty standard boss fight, so nothing too bad happened. Yeah, I think next time around I will go with the human party, because I feel like it could have been a lot faster. Especially Yeah, it's a push again. Okay. I feel like you should heal the others too, you know that, right? Ah, now you healed everyone. That was a little late. So what did we get? Dragoon shoes and... Oh, 315 item level. Oh, that's not bad. I don't think I actually need that because I should have better gear already laying around, but we'll see. Oh. One of those stone... slime... Why are there so many bots today? God damn it. Really are a lot of bots lately around, and I don't know why. But yeah, from damage I also must say it doesn't... I mean, I am definitely over geared for this dungeon, so... If there's 315 item level gear dropping here, then I'm absolutely over geared, so yeah. Yeah, I think I will do a non-NPC run next time around for the next dungeon that's coming up. I just feared it would be an underwater dungeon, and you really find no parties normally for underwater dungeons, because water levels are really not enjoyed by many people, so...
Try this. Leave it to me.
On the other hand, I probably could have switched over to a damage dealing class, because we already have some tank. Yeah, it's another 315 item. Do I need... There, I connected, okay, yeah, I need to pick on both anyways. You want to come over? That's nice. Should manage to get both of you, yeah. I would say I really enjoy tanking in Final Fantasy. Doesn't feel too bad. You have a lot of positionings. Not, I've played a lot of MMOs in the past, and I always enjoyed how Final Fantasy is doing this, because it feels like a combination of still a bit of tab targeting system, but mostly action RPG like combat, so yeah, I like it. Oh, right, we need to go over here. Oh well. I think I could actually draw more enemies probably. After now, it doesn't seem to be much of a problem. But I'm also not sure if everybody will come along if I do so. We will see. On the other hand, we have a door for the next one, so... Can I open the chest while we're at it? Yes, you can. Nice. Oh, earrings. I think my... oh, wow. I think actually... accessories are my lowest items most of the time for my other subclasses, so I'm pretty happy that they actually give out more earring and other stuff in this dungeon. It's also my biggest problem. I have a completely full inventory most of the time. I just realized I think I forgot to put in my damage mitigation skills. At least my roll damage mitigation skills. Oh. Also shield. I didn't put shield bash on a button. Oh, that was a stun, right? So I think I don't need that. I need that here. Oh, damn it. I think I lost aggro from one of them. I just noticed. Oops. Eh, they will survive. But I'm getting better on my rotation. So, yeah. Let's see. He probably has some kind of visual stuff where you don't, where you shouldn't look at him or where he's looking at. Anyways, well, you need to look away from him. Okay, let's hope our... Nope. Okay, that worked out for now. We'll see. I mean, they probably tested, or they hopefully tested the NPC feature a lot, so hopefully they are doing what they're supposed to do in most cases, but we'll see. That was my selfie, right? Oh damn it, I didn't look away. Oh, wait. Or am I supposed to be... Oh, that was a normal mechanic of the fight. I didn't pay attention to him, so I... Mystical light. I need to pay more attention to the boss mechanic. Okay, this time around it should actually be good. Oh wow. Oh, that was actually pretty efficient. And that should nearly be it, from what I see from the health bar. So. Nice. What do we get? Again, Bard and Monk. A Dancer, Mechanic, okay. 315 again. So we have only one boss left. Okay, so... Oh, it probably shares a drop table with another dungeon because I just got a message that I already put that one, so... Fair enough. I really miss tanking. I really enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, I watched a lot of streamers play Final Fantasy 14 lately and really got in the mood to playing it again. Wait, did he just survive? Revive? Okay. I mean, doing raids and stuff would be really cool, but also just playing the story. Oh. Ah, those are the transformed people we just heard about. And this looks like I wouldn't be able to go over that in real life, because it looks if it would just fall away as soon as you step on it. That would probably be the better way to trap your stuff, by just having floors that are magical and just vanish as soon as you step on them. It's probably the better safety precaution than having random people turn into monsters, but who am I to judge someone there? Okay, so this time they didn't actually damage him as far as I can see, so I'm not sure if the one before actually revived or not. The Zengebot or whatever that was. Okay, no he didn't. I just assumed he died already before, but
I have my pride.
okay. Ah, so as soon as we actually defeat all enemies, the bridge actually appears. Which is even a worse security system. So as soon as you defeat the wardens, the bridge actually appears? Another necklace. Okay. You look interesting. What is your name? Rotting something? Rotting Royal. Okay. Interesting name. What's it, the description?
Away with you. Focus. Release.
Oh damn. I think I accidentally stood inside that area. Maybe fine.
Away with you.
Evernoid is actually healing pretty well, so... Oh. Same as the boss, but only in mini. Hopefully he doesn't turn us into bunnies. So this time only the... Oh no. I just wanted to say only the Rotten Royal was actually transformed, but no, everybody was. Then the question is, were the bosses also humans? I didn't think they turned into humans, but I didn't pay that much attention after the boss was defeated, so could have been. Okay, that seems to be the last group before the boss fight. Or the last boss fight at least. Feels like a bit of a shorter dungeon, but fair enough. We want to play the story anyway, so okay, it's fair. It's only a bit shorter. And there seem to be at least a lot of treasure in here, so... I think, whatever his name was, Ehrenwald will actually get his treasure, so... Okay, so... Let's see what's behind the hidden door and what he actually put in as a boss, the last boss. Oh, what's it? Ah, a chimera. Ah. Oh no, it's not a chimera. He only has one head. But he looks like a charging kind of enemy type. Oh wow. He's actually standing on 2 legs. Interesting. Okay. Kill you all. Don't think so, dude. I mean, but you can try. Oh, vulnerability. How nice. So he will do a lot of damage. Can actually dodge that one. I think he's push. Oh, we need to go to the. Oh, we need to go to the edges. Okay. Oh, wrong skill. And I didn't pay attention. I shouldn't have looked at him. Okay. I mean, at least I lost my vulnerability, so that's something. It's charging. Okay, so he's just charging up and shooting stuff in 4 areas. Ah, combination of both. It's just a positioning skill. Also as a positioning skill, but not a bad one. I'm actually surprised that he's not charging or anything. Okay, that one we needed to go as far away as we can from him. Okay. Ah, that was a vulnerability one. I think I need to go behind him, but I'm not sure if he actually follows me, so... Okay. For now, he's... Oh, look away from him. Okay. Ah, I can... Yeah, I can dodge that. Okay. So if he winds up, I need to go on to the other side. So he doesn't hit me with his claw swipe. Okay, fair enough. So he's a pure positioning boss. Fair enough. I must say, if he has, if that dungeon has an extremer version, it probably could be pretty cool. If everybody needs to reposition and the zones are much smaller. But for now, I think it's a pretty good dungeon mechanic-wise, but not too challenging. Okay, nice. Oh, that boss actually was a transformed dude. Okay. Da, 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 da. Nice. Yeah, not so nice that we needed to defeat a lot of people that were transformed for the stuff, but what can you do? And items also 315, okay. One or more parties may have yet to complete this duty. Okay. Sure. I wasn't sure if the NPC feature was actually good, but that looked
It would appear this place
pretty
is yet
good.
inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. Their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
I mean,
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
that wasn't really that hard, so sure. Arvenwald and I tried to do our fair share, but I fear you ended up bearing the bulk of the burden as usual. You truly led the way with your adventuring prowess, my friend. Aye, without your help, I reckon we'd still be fumbling about in the dark. I'm glad I called on you. I must say, I'm still reeling at the sight of the mountain of riches. What? What? Like how you reeled at the sight of that floating scepter, you mean? I wish you could see the look on your face, Alphanoid. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, and that's all that matters. Sure. Let's see, what's the next dungeon we need to do? Arvenwald is still grinning at Arphanoid's discomfort. Oh, god damn it. All jest aside, we must tell people the good news, and I think Luis should be the first. Second, she's bound to be delighted. I'm no longer needed, then I shall take my leave. Of course, don't let us keep you. Thanks again, and say hello to Wimmat for me. Whoever that is. I must say I can't really remember who anyone else was, so yeah. Now then, there's to be a meeting of representatives from across Alamingo, so Elise is sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Sure. I'm happy that I'm not as rusty in tanking and stuff as I thought I was. On the other hand, I probably would have gotten a lot of complaints that I didn't pull more enemies at the same time when I was with humans, so I'm... it kind of is better to be that way, so maybe. Hey, we found a lot of treasure. Oh, you three look pleased with yourself. What have you been up to? I'm glad you asked, Luis. And I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. Yeah, we found a lot of treasure. You're joking. The Mad King's trove, I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people, but they didn't have Solana and Alphanaud in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it goes toward alleviating the suffering of Alamingo's poor. Gods, if there's so much as you say, Arnwald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I've taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I will make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spending of it all as well. Thank you. Oh, there's one thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Aphanaut. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't really tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I welcome any advice you can give, Aphanaut. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we got a problem. When don't we have a problem? Deep breath, tell me what happened. A mob's gathering outside headquarters and they started making demands. You best come and see yourself. Okay. So now we have a mob of people.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out! Bring her out!
What's going on?
Someone let slip about Fedora.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye! And my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
Raban?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers.
Yeah, it's always easy to just try and do what you think is just, but
I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth.
mob
Now
justice is not
time.
justice, sadly.
We, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
It's probably one of the best calls you can do.
I know you're right, I do, but I can't.
Yeah, vengeance is always easy if the one is behind bars, right? My thanks, Raban. Listening to the anger, I could feel myself being swept away. It's difficult it's a difficult tide to stem. It was the same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war's over. All the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We've reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Garlands. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the Grievous of Xenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I will be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Who are those representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugees, leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Anatan of the Queer to participate. Lamigo stands at a crossroads, and the meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself asked to be put to death. Nago, I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated and everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than the Theodoric and Xenos. Yeah. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it anyway, during the fight. She'd done terrible things, aye, unforgivable things, but in some ways she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born. And that's something I can understand. Alright, speak with the prison guard, and when you're ready, and I will come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I will return to my other duties. We've barely begun to investigate the facilities where they gave Fedora her powers, but fairly warned friends, she will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. Okay, so we are talking to someone, I can't remember who it was. You have the commander's permission to enter then? The prison. Yes. I mean, I must have seen her before, but I can remember her face, but not really much.
So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men! And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Okay, I'm getting flashbacks. I think that was the Guardian.
Hello, Fedora. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right!
Pretty cheerful for a Viceroy's meeting? For a child?
Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
The fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Fadola!
Traitors!
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens. We have rights.
What the heck?
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
What the heck, man? Yeah. Mob rule, like I said, is not fun.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. No matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
I mean, shouting that out before your mother is not really that good. I don't know. I can kind of understand the reaction, but it's... You really are a bitch, man. Sympathy only goes so far.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, damn it.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Not really that I wanted to, but what should I do?
A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Who exactly are talking about? The Guardians who just stood by, or the citizens who threw the stones?
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone. The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
You, you know why you saw. For those I have lost, for those I can yet save. All three answers are pretty good, I must say. I think I like the second one most. For those I have lost, for those I can yet save.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
I don't know. That's pretty heavy on the other hand. It's hard to tell what you would do yourself if something like that happens to you, because how? I mean, nobody really, or at least I can't really put myself in the shoes because I don't really how I would react in the situation, so yeah. Luis is lost in thought. I don't know what we solved. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. And I've found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Solana, but the vision only came to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between the one who is born with the echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, in the Immortal Flames, the Immortal Flames have been scouring the research facility ever since Celebration. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General, whatever, they're overseeing the investigation. Let's go pay him a visit, shall we? Is it on the same map? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's fly, shall we? Oh, I really will miss flying around in the next area. But what can I do? General Aldun is inside. Would you be joining him? Sure. Oh, I remember that one. Oh, Raban. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes, as expected. She didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arenwald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research material, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the science expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. So many bodies. Every one of them victim of these experiments. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perish from forcible ether extraction. That's a miserable way to die. The device in which Krill was held seemed even more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked supply subject, while this one bears the label master subject. Okay. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designated to drain the ether from the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell. I mean, probably to induce the ether they collected from others into that pot. I mean, that's the only thing I can think about, so. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on the facility's operation would be much appreciated, Joanna. Shall we start with you? Taken in combination with testimonies of Krill and Sancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Krill, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Krill's echo. I believe so, which will explain our prisoner's present state. Krill is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldier who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at the door night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and see their past, but you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain, imagine what it do to you. You never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Isola was completely transformed by a single glimpse in the herewith past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those who live lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of those experiments have been relayed back to Garland, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of those godforsaken procedures. And Fordola remains our best source. Of information. She will not be getting her wish, not yet. Right. Keep faith, Lars. If you are to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you are telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. Understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. And another cutscene. I go looking for answers about the echo and end up getting shuled by Raban, yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Ardun is a veteran of countless campaigns, Luis. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he will do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? It's a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the lives they built in Uldar or start again in the land of their birth. Silana, a moment. I'm newly returned from Uldar with the messages from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away and tend to other business. Until next time, my friends. An audience with the Sultana, depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about General Dan's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphanoid, but not everyone as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Solana. Oh man. I mean, if you are already perdue with the Sultana, why not just ask her? I can see what Alphanoid means. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasure to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Arnveld? I'm at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own task. I will organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing to be for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Lana. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. Okay. So we probably be going to Ulda, right? Yeah. Oops. Can I go back? Please. Ah, there we go. I think this feature where you can see that map is actually new, and I really like it. It helps you a lot on just choosing where you want to go. Right. Oh, I don't have the run option, I just noticed. Oh, it's under general. Okay. Yeah, anyways. Okay. My lady, it was an honor to face you in the tournament. Since that day, I have spent my every spare moment in the practice yard, striving to attain some fraction of your skills with the blade. Ah, forgive me. You are here for your audience with the Sultana. Please proceed.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Okay, my guess is she wants to talk about what Raban should do.
I speak of Rauban and his future.
Yeah, that was so...
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ulda home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo.
That is true.
And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss.
But he hasn't done that, has he, huh?
Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
Hmm.
Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret.
Yeah, but it's most of the time not that easy to decide what you actually want to do, is it?
Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears. Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Okay.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Okay, so she wants to go around and see what's happening outside, I guess? Over there. Adventurers Guild. Okay, we can do that. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that she wants him to choose on his own, but sometimes it's not easy to know what you want to do for yourself. Or even more, you want to do both. Yeah, that is probably not that conspicuous. Perhaps you remember Lilia, the merchant daughter. This is a persona I assume when I venture beyond the palace walls to observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papa Shan would accompany me, but for this particular outing, I need an advisor, not a minder? A minder. And that is why I request your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your world experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the gate of Nalat. It's always funny if they say we go together and then they just run off, but on the other hand, I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess, because it's hard. Or you don't really want to do not fetch quest. You don't really want to do an NPC quest where you need to take care of them for a whole way, but yeah. Look upon this possession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in Squalder at the mercy of the elements and Thenarland's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nalat himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Uldar. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity. Yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. I mean, I think your hands have been tied, Your Grace, is probably the best answer here. Yes, my authority is limited, and that is not an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. Okay. I think teleportation is not that much faster, so let's just fly. If we actually can. Okay. Ah, okay. I was not sure if I could actually go through here, but yeah. Crimson Duelist. Okay. I still have a few class quests to do, so it was here in the wholly unremarkable place that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection our interest in Eastern Thailand when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it's not certain if the incident was simply a misfortune or an extremely planned assassination. Raban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely carve, but I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many godly souls paid the price of my naivete. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarists' damnable games. Forgive me, my outburst. You're one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come on, let us return to Ulda and visit the Colosseum. Now we definitely should teleport. There we go. Oh shit. Also, she is pretty fast. I mean, she can probably also teleport, but still. I think there was a teleport point for a Colosseum. Gladiator's Guild was. Yeah. I mean, the guild I joined first, so yeah. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document and signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from the enormous chapter in my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raban. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all well expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered through I would not stand for the obvious injustice and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raban to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raban had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's pursue, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raban is a man of his word. So it took him another 5 years of fighting on the Bloodsands. He amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the syndicate, and then I had my blade. Memories. Memory time. I mean, it's Raban, so... Even so, he looks a lot younger.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
Oh god damn.
You're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raban!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah. And so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
I mean, I can see that his oath binds him, at least in spirit. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raban, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. Yeah. Determination, vitality, spell speed. Piety, vitality, crit. Or just Jill. Let's take that one. Seems lost in thought of the past. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan's son for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Arzan Ossuary? Where's it? Talk Guild. Okay. To the Black Mages, she could have just said, but whatever. Okay. Let's see. Interesting to see what she actually wants to see here. When the calamities threatened, Raban led the alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartanu, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Luisox would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day, I've made a custom of visiting the shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek the blessing of Sal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as a Sultana. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she led her people in times of adversity. If I am to be a sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Uldar. I have chosen my path, Solana. With Alamigo now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already many displaced Alamigans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school in Rake's Reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. Those people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Uldar Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. Might you ask a member of the syndicate for advice? Why not seek the advice of one who employs refugees? Sounds more reasonable. A wise suggestion. Mayhap a visit to the Gold Sorcerer is in order. Its priority is proprietor is a member of the syndicate, and he is the one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Menderville? Yes, I am. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Sorcerer. Gobbert should be only too glad to receive us. Okay, so at least where do I need to go? Oh, airship landing, okay. How do I get there? Was it here? No. I know that I can get there from somewhere, but I have no idea where it was. mean, it seems to be on this map over here, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. I need to take a short toilet break, so be right back.